Hello and welcome back to Everybody Loves Raiken, our 5th edition live play that meets every Tuesday night. Last time, the party had begun to somewhat randomly reorganize as the branch of the group that split toward the Arcosian soldiers managed to capture Tatsuya Lumos and brought him west toward the branch that was taking on the Platinum Sentinels as a distraction. Around the time that Cyrus announced to Raiken that he had Tatsuya with him, was when the Sentinels, or a portion of the Sentinels, managed to get close enough to speak to Yukikaze as he appeared on the battlefield in the regalia of the former champion of Bahamut, Shagrazir. And they gave their praise unto him as the champion of Bahamut and asked his blessing and what he would have them do, to which he responded that they should prevent the Arcosians from taking the scale. So they continued to fight, and as the Arcosians chased the group that had captured their captain, they were taken unprepared by the Sentinel soldiers. Shortly thereafter, a bright blue flash struck the battlefield from the west, and the group and people on the ground determined that something had happened to the scale and that something must be done about it. This revelation caused several members of the party to decide that they should head to where they believed the scale to lie to see what's going on and what they might do. So, we pick up at the beginning of round 6 with Yukikaze, as most of the rest of the group has begun moving west toward the village, toward the location of the Frost Pillar. Yuki, I think you are the last person on the battlefield at this time.
I
Isn't
guess.
No, there's Leah. Leah's still out there. Okay, so, but I don't believe you have any line of sight to her. So you saw a large portion of the group, since you're flying above, heading toward the village to the west. You've given this command to the Platinum Sentinels, and it has been carried out. The Arcosians have been stopped. I do believe that at the end, the orc here addressed you, wanting to know if you would fight for the Sentinels and why the rest of your group wishes to raise the dragon. So, what would you like to do?
I am going to move a little bit, but he's going to see me slow down because I'm thinking.
Okay. Do you have anything to say to him? As you think.
That's the problem, because it doesn't know. But just
So, does Yukikaze intend to continue allowing things to happen around him, or is he going to take a more active role in what's happening?
I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna stop on my turn there because I need a second to think. So everyone can do their turn. I'm good. I'm gonna move 40, but he'll see me be doing slow, and I'll pretty much stop here and turn toward him, and then I'll begin my turn.
He, you know, watches you move about him, and you see that he's looking at you pleadingly for an answer.
Yeah, I need a second to think, so I will continue the rounds. He'll see me looking to respond.
Okay. Please think hard on your answer. Leah, you shut down an Arcosian, you got a nod from one of the elves here, and then you saw another squad of sentinels burst out of the trees and drop the rest of the Arcosians that were chasing your friends. What will you do now?
Continue. As far as I can tell, there's no, like, enemies in sight, so I'm just gonna walk the direction I saw Yukikaze fly off to.
Okay. You do know that there are a number of Arcosian soldiers downed, potentially dead or bleeding out here ahead of you.
Yeah. Let's see. 20. That's so far I get in one move.
Yeah, water can kind of suck.
Yeah. Is it one move to climb up on the box there? Okay. So 5, 10. What is that? 15, 20, 25, 30. That's so far I get.
Alright, you are now standing, or you're moving, since you don't actually stop moving at the end of your turn. That's just as far as you get in that time. But you see that you are moving directly toward this group of soldiers who lie immobilized on the ground. Some are bleeding and dying, some potentially already dead, others simply incapacitated. All of them wearing the same color armor as your uncle, as you remember from your birthday party in the desert.
Yeah, too bad I don't have any healing spells.
It is. Anything else? Would you like to say anything?
Nah.
Okay. Vendar.
Yes.
It is your turn. You had begun heading west toward where you believe the Frost Pillar to be in response to some words from your familiar.
Yes. Yes, I did.
You can now see
There's Frost Pillar, I see.
Lord Squeakers II's chin bobbing at the top of your vision as he seems to be riding at the edge of the brim of your hat, like poking his head out and stretching before you toward your goal.
Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Out of curiosity, before you move up to 90 feet, did you have anything to say to the party members that pulled up nearby last on their turn before you ran off?
I said that we need to get to the Frost Pillar.
Okay. Very good. You may convey that. You have moved 30. Would you like to move any more?
Yes. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Okay.
65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and 90.
Very fast, little boy.
Best boy.
Alright. Devil! You are a water elemental about to step onto land where you are much slower. What would you like to do?
I'd
You
like
are
to
still
remember what I was
faster.
planning.
As a water elemental than a gnome.
Who do I have? I have
Laramendus.
Laramendus.
Yeet him like a cannon across the field.
Oh yeah. Like throw him over the hut and then try and go
Yeah, it's
under the hut
into the
and
other
catch him.
water.
I'm gonna go around the hut somehow.
Okay. Did you wish to try to flow over it?
No.
No. Okay. Let's see. You're kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other right now. You're, like, directly in the center of the hut. So do you prefer north or south?
North.
Alrighty. So you can go 5, 10, 15, 25, 30... You want to double move? Because your land speed is 30, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I might as well.
And holding just one person didn't slow him down, right?
I
Because he's
am
large.
ruling it that way. I've kind of like started with like full like dragging someone encumbrance, and then like each round I was like, nah, it's kind of, and now it's just like no.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember what we had rolled.
And two, I'm thinking of it kind of like a horse isn't impeded by carrying a rider, so
Sure.
he's not impeded by carrying you, especially since you're both willing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll let you get to here. Got a little water in there. Push across. So that you get one more square out of it. So. Yeah, Vendar shortly ahead of you. Just booking it to the west. Would you like to say anything?
I am going to just look to Laramendus and go, where to now?
I think we should keep going towards the pillar in the hopes that we might be able to intercept anyone.
Alright. Sentinels. They have done the job you left them. So, man, going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 25, 45, 50, 5, 60. I run up here. He's going to turn back toward say, please, Lord, you must be following in the footsteps of Shagrazir. You cannot want the dragon to be summoned.
Are you doing this to give me another chance to respond?
I mean, I'm still waiting for your original response, but, like, it's his turn, and you haven't given me a response yet. Do you have one now?
My heart has not decided on whether to follow Shagrazir or Lord Bahamut yet. I'm only doing what I feel is best at this time.
You would disgrace his memory wearing that armor, then. He would never condemn so many to suffer as you.
Is there something you know about the... Well, if the dragons are brought forward, we will either seal them or destroy them.
Are you asking him? I missed the question portion of that.
No, there wasn't a question. It was
Okay.
stating.
If you destroy them, untold thousands will suffer.
Are you stating in the sense that Tiamat will come forth?
Yes, that is the only reason to destroy the dragons.
And what would you say if Tiamat could be destroyed theirself?
It wouldn't stop the suffering soon enough. She would be unleashed. Cities would fall before you found her.
That would be probably all of it, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
After the Sentinels, it is Cyrus. Where the hell is Cyrus? Cyrus is way the fuck over here. There he is. So, party ass is what you heard Raiken say before he ran off in the other direction.
Yes.
Okay.
Little space in there. Kind of echoey, but that was really all you heard. Like, words that you could parse.
Well, I would want to try, and maybe move to like this stand of trees over here, so I could try and get closer to the frost pillar. But I can't afford to necessarily expose myself because if I lose concentration, then Tatsuya's back out and about.
I mean, what you do is your decision. So what would you like to do? If you fly over this gap here, you will be exposed. You have not seen anyone out and about in the village. You crossed most of the village to get to the battlefield, and you did not see people out and about. So, I'm only telling you this to say that while you would be objectively exposed, if there's no one to see you, it doesn't really matter.
I need to measure tool. So I'd probably want to first start by moving, let's see, like around, probably here or so, to try and get a better look at what might be further to the north.
Okay, what's your movement?
50.
Okay, well, just, know that cuts you through a tree, so if you cut through the tree, you'll be pushing branches out of the way and probably getting poked. Just a heads up.
Okay. I might... I might try and just duck below the branches and then go back up once I'm past the first tree.
Either way.
So, let's see. Measure tool says that's 50. Let's see how far it actually is. 5... Oh, I need to increase my
I don't know.
height
I do
just so I can actually see. So, 5... 5... 10... 15... 8... 5, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I'd have 5 left to get there. So I'll
I didn't realize there is a checkerboard up here. Ooh. I can actually see where the squares are. That's good.
Can I see anything from over here? Or am I gonna need to get closer?
Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see. Try and get over your character's shoulder a little bit here. Yeah. Okay. So, you do see, as you look out, a place where there are very few trees. And the trees that are sticking up seem to be frosted over, like, white and reflective towards you, as though they're coated in a thick layer of ice. And beyond that, you can see what looks like the jagged top of something that you could describe as an ice pillar.
Okay.
You can see it steaming into the air about, and you I think that's probably about the extent of the detail you get. Is you see it, the jagged top of a cylinder of ice, almost like something was hacked off, broken, and then anything sticking up above water level over there seems to be coated in a sheen of ice that reflects at you. Most notably the trees, since the water would reflect at you anyway.
Okay. But I'm not able to make out any, like, humanoid shapes.
Gotta do a measure. Alright.
I'm heading in the direction of that, am I?
Yep.
Ah, that's what I was doing. I totally forgot why I was going in that direction.
I need to come. There we go. Make me do things the hard way.
That's the only way.
Right. Alright. I'll say that, yes, you do catch, like, a glimpse through the leaves of, like, a person who seems to be trudging their way through the water toward the battlefield. But aside from the fact that someone is there, you get no details.
Alright, then I will use my hasted action to dash and try and get a little closer. Does arrow keys work? Looks like arrow keys are back to working. Yay! 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right.
I guess those last 2 steps looked longer than 5 feet each.
That's because I was pausing trying to decide if I was going to go up or diagonal. I can
Okay.
recount it if you'd like.
It's whatever. It looked like at most it was only off by 5 feet. Alright, so yes, you can see from this new vantage point 2 Dragonborn in Arcosian colors who seem to be supporting each other, limping their way through the water. You are here, which is approximately 160 feet away. They seem very injured. You can actually see steam coming off of them and chunks of frosted water falling away from their clothing as they move.
Okay. So, and we were told that it takes 2 Dragonborn to get the scale, because that was part of our discussions about splitting up. I assume neither one of them up here should be holding something that looks like a dragon scale.
You don't see it in their hands, but they're not at a loss for pouches where they could have stored something of that nature.
Just trying to decide if I
They seem to very much be leaning upon each other to be able to move.
but I can't do that because that would lose concentration.
Whatever happened to them was incredibly harrowing.
Yes, which I expect was either just the process of retrieving it or dealing with a demi-lich.
Well, if they dealt with the demi-lich, maybe you won't have to.
Indeed. Well, I can't prepare to cast a spell if they do something, because that takes concentration. So I guess my options are wait, and hope that they don't, like, teleport away or something while I'm hoping for reinforcements to arrive, or not take the risk and shoot at them now.
What will you do?
I think I'm I'm gonna give it a couple of rounds because I'm about to be out of haste. So if I start this fight and then can't move, I'm gonna be in some serious trouble. So I'll wait. I have 1 round after this one in which I can move. So yeah.
Alright, so you're just going to observe them?
Yes. I guess I will try and hide or something, because I don't really want them to know I'm here, because ideally I'm trying to just wait until others show up. I don't want to spook them into trying to run off faster.
I forgot that some of the village was, in fact, south of the pillar. A bit. Okay.
So do I need to roll stealth then?
Please.
Alright, 1 moment, because I forgot to change my dice.
You used a dash and a hasted action. Do you have the ability to roll hide?
No, I used a move and a hasted action. I've only moved 100 feet. Because my base speed with haste is 50 feet.
I think that's... I feel like that's wrong. Okay. Okay. I thought you had dashed.
Nope. I had been I was trying to take it one thing at a time so that if I spotted something I could decide if I want to shoot at it or not.
Okay.
And decided on not.
Okay. So then you may use your action to hide. Yes.
Alright. Not the best of rolls.
Okay.
13.
Okay. Good to know. Alright. Anything else?
I have no bonus actions as I'm out of spell slots and sorcery points, so no.
Time for the only people left in Tatsuya's forces.
Apparently, according to the game, the tree is in my line of sight because they disappeared when they took that last step.
Well, isn't that lucky for you?
Yeah, but sadly, trees aren't exactly solid at the top.
Guys. Nope. Okay. They move up. They are clearly, you know, until you lose sight of them, they're clearly both hobbled and not capable of moving at full speed. They do not appear to notice you.
Right. Okay.
And they're still quite far away, so you don't hear them saying anything. So now it is Raiken. Raiken, what do you do? Let's see here.
Do I see where Cyrus went? I don't think I do.
What's
I
your...
Been,
what's
I
your...
think I was, we might have already done this last time. I think I might have asked if I could see him and where he went, and I think my perception was too low.
Yeah, what's your... well, there's a portion of this where you couldn't really hide. I'll say that you did notice a flying person moving across this gap you see on my screen.
Yes.
But then he, like, kind of went out of sight a bit again. What's your passive perception? Is 9 or...
11.
11. So yeah, he went out of sight again after that.
Okay.
But you have reason, at least, to believe that he moved away toward the pillar.
Okay. So Cyrus by himself heading towards the pillar probably isn't a good thing.
Alright, what do you do about it?
As much as Raiken wants to go back to the group, he is going to head towards the direction pillar is / that he saw Cyrus go through the trees.
Okay. Are you gonna look for kind of a shallow way to do it so that you can go a little faster? Or are you just gonna sploosh right into the water?
I'll try to find a shallow place and I'll dash.
Would you, since you kind of noticed that he was going south, would you head south or would you maybe go north first? Since you can kind of see, like, an almost adjoining of land going that way if you go north first. That very clearly isn't there if you go south.
Yeah, I'll try to... I would probably think that would be the more shallow areas.
Okay. Just want to make sure that since I have to control the character, I want to make sure that I'm moving it where you would move it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can see I will now move along the boardwalk first. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And you want to double move?
Yes.
5, 10, 30. So, with 60 feet of movement, you get to there. Just so that you're fully aware. It would have gotten you to, like, here. Otherwise. If you had splooshed into the water instead.
Uh,
So at this point, you haven't lost anything.
what? Hold on a second. I'm just checking something. What would another 30 feet look like?
If you wanted to move another 30 feet, you'd either go to, like, here, or, like, here.
That's alright. I'll stay where I am.
Okay. You're thinking of Misty
My
stepping.
turn. I was thinking about it. I was like, what's the distance? So I was like, eh.
You're looking at some pretty large distances right now, so unfortunately, 30 feet doesn't look as appealing as it might in a tight combat situation.
You just got a dimension door 500 feet.
Yeah, then you'd be
if
able
only
to be
I
like...
didn't use my dimension door already last session.
You could dimension door directly to the pillar.
I could, if only I had a level 4 spell slot. I mean, that's if I had more spell slots, I would not be too opposed to Misty Stepping.
They come with kills, so you'll get there.
They literally do. Alright, anything else? You gonna say anything to attempted Cyrus or yourself?
Yes, I guess I will shout to Cyrus. Be careful! I would figure Raiken would have a powerful voice, but I don't know if 180 feet reach 180 feet.
Through some trees.
Yeah.
Hear this growling echo.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it not reaching him.
Alright. After Raiken, it becomes Laramenda's turn. Definitely the person with the most agency in this entire fight.
I'm gonna do the most surprising thing that anyone could think of. I'm gonna dodge.
Oh, no way. I would never have guessed.
I know. I just out of left field. I figured, new session,
new plan.
Let's mix it up.
Let's mix it up by doing the same thing. No one will suspect it.
No one will see it coming. Alright, get back into here. Change the initiative round, if it lets me. 7. Alright. We are back to you, Raiken. You've just had a...
You mean Yukikaze?
Right, yes, Yukikaze.
That's a lot of people to get back to me.
Yeah, alright. Raiken, then Lair, then Raiken. Then Tatsuya, then Cyrus, then Raiken. Then Raiken, then Raiken, then Raiken, then Raiken.
It makes perfect sense.
Alright, Yukikaze. Now that you have had this, portion of a discussion with the person who is clearly, second in command to Tresnor, what shall you do? You can talk more. That is an option.
Oh wait, I know for a fact that one thing.
Do you know for a fact?
Unsealing the dragons will not awaken Tiamat. The slaying of them will. So I still have time to seal them if I choose, and I still need to consult and my party, and if I choose to seal them, convince them to take this path. Because they could still release the dragons themselves if they choose.
And you oppose that?
I am opposed to great destruction happening to many innocents.
Then you should want them sealed.
First, I need to address my party and at least get a handle on what is going on now.
You must take charge as the champion! This is your calling. This is why we are here to support you!
I cannot take charge if my heart is undecided. And I need to figure I need to address the situation at hand and figure out my heart.
He simply glares silently up at you. What will you do for your move or actions?
I will last quickly say, forgive me, but I am pressing forward. And then I will move forward. Forward, 40, 10, 5, 25, 30, 35, 40. It might have been a silly way to go about, but that I would have flown that way, realized I'm kind of getting close to Jebel, and kind of drifted over this way.
Oh, okay. If this is because of an in-character decision to move in that way, then I support it.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I realized I was flying toward him and I'm going to curve the other way.
Gotcha. Okay, then. Very good.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Very well. There she is. Leah. You charge toward the west, hopefully toward your party. You are faced with this death, and this injury, and this destruction of a group of people that were once representative of an extension to your family.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Damn it. I don't think I have any form of health kit or anything like that.
Potions, medicine checks. These can always be used. I do believe that the DC for a medicine check to stabilize somebody is 15.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to go up to the first one that looks like he's bleeding but not dead.
Okay, you do find quickly among the fallen one who fits this description.
Okay, then I'm going to try well, I don't think it is medicine. Yeah, medicine check.
Yep, medicine check.
I couldn't remember what the name was in 5th edition because they changed the name in that edition.
They changed some things, yeah.
Yeah,
It was still medicine in 4E.
Oh, yeah, but I never played 4.
I think 3.5 it was first aid or something.
Yeah, first aid. That is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, that was a terrible roll. So that's an 8. So.
Okay. You look over his wounds and you try to determine which ones are the worst. You pull out some fabric bandage that you have left over from when you were helping in the Temple of the Raven Queen. And you begin winding this around the wounds that you believe need the pressure the most. Did you remember that you have a bonus to that roll because of your time in the Raven, Temple? That's marked on your sheet still, right?
Let's check.
The DC is also 10.
Oh, it's only 10? Okay,
Yeah.
so definitely check to make sure that you got that. It's because it was like a 5-point bonus or like proficiency or something. I think it was proficiency.
Yeah, I have proficiency in it.
Okay.
So then, if it was proficiency, then that is probably why I have that. Because it's marked on the sheet with a gray symbol on not the purple one.
Probably because it was one that was added,
Yeah.
like manually.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it was 8 total anyway, then I would say that you perform this act, bandaging these wounds, but their condition does not seem to stop deteriorating. They do not appear to stabilize. You become aware of more grievous wounds that require more treatment.
Yeah. How many times can I try this in one turn?
Once, because it's an action, but you are now aware of things better, so, you know, hopefully the next one will be the last. If you want to do it again, that is to say, the next one would be the last one you'd need at least to stabilize.
Yeah, then, well, that is my turn then. I'm gonna have to try again next turn.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you intend to stay here and try to stabilize these Dragonborn, as opposed to trying once and leaving.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Stabilizing.
Perfectly reasonable. Good.
Like, personally, I would want to just move on, but I know I can't just do that.
Please do what your character would do.
Yeah.
Everyone in this group does appear to be at least unconscious. As I said, some dead and some bleeding out. So you can see that there are some that are stable.
Right,
from where you are.
That's good. That is good.
But none of them seems to notice your ministrations or say anything to you.
No.
Alright. And just as a final thing, is there anything else that you would like to do? Say anything to anyone, including yourself?
No.
Okay. Then I will move to Vendar, who is right here. Alright, Vendar.
Yes.
You know that Jebel is still following you. He has now flowed around the building and is moving up behind you. With Laramendus in his...
In tow.
In undertow.
I was happy with that.
It was good. It was a good one. So if you wanted to say anything else to them, you can. If you wanted to say anything to Lord Squeakers, you may do that. Or if you just want to keep dashing, you may also do that.
What did Squeakers say to me last time?
The last thing that you understood, the last message from Squeakers that you understood was if the scale is freed from the pillar, then you should have a chance to retrieve it without further bloodshed.
Okay. Everybody hurry up.
Alright.
Stop being so damn slow. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30.
Big ol' bush.
Big ol' bush. 35. 40. 45. 50.
Yeah, you can jump across that corner.
55.
There you go.
60.
Good, good.
Are those guys actually there?
Yeah, actually. And because there's really not anything between you and them, you can see that they are about 300
He
feet
was
away.
asking about the people in front of the door.
Oh,
Yeah, I was asking about the people in front of the door.
sorry. No.
That is also good information to have about being able to see the other people. But
Yes, it is.
That works.
Alright. 65.
Sorry, I did throw a bunch of tokens around to make the town look populous, and I didn't hide them all before this.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was what I had assumed. But good to ask because he's running
Yeah.
around like, oh wait,
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
I didn't broad the open for these guys. Like, you said there was no one in the village, so.
Yeah. That was the...
No, he said we didn't see anyone.
Yeah, that's why I said to make sure. I was like, there are people there. I was like,
out very far ahead of you, you know, a football field's length away from you, you do see a pair of Dragonborn in light armor hobbling, leaning against one another and holding each other up, hobbling through the knee-deep water toward you.
does the pillar look intact?
You've never seen it before, so you don't know what it looked like before the flash, so you don't know if there's been any change, but I can tell you that what you see now is a cylinder, almost like a tube of ice that seems to rise, you know, about 20 feet up and ends with jagged spikes stretching up toward the sky.
Okay.
So, maybe. You've never seen it before, so you don't know if it's not intact. You don't have anything to compare it to.
Okay. And that is as far as I can go.
Okay. Then after Vendar is Jebel. Jebel. Vendar just told you to hurry up and stop being so slow.
A little shit.
Like, how are you going to kick his ass?
You'd have to catch me first.
How much of this is dry land? Like, is it all?
I mean, where the village is mostly dry land. I will point out that you are faster as a water elemental than as a gnome, so it's not the worst idea to hold the form.
I will, but I was just wondering, like...
Yeah, like, the
like
larger
going
spans
in a
of water are,
straight
like,
line
out
versus...
beyond the buildings, but, like, in among the buildings, it's a lot of, like, mucky, muddy soil, but the water is, like, the buildings tend to be, like, away, like, this was some surface level water behind your character, which is why I gave you that extra square. But largely, like, between you and where you want to be is pretty much all, just mud and boardwalk.
Yeah, because, like, if there was water to the side and enough of it, then, you know, that
Yeah.
little bit...
Unfortunately, the way that mixing movement speeds work is stupid. So if you were to move to the side to gain the extra water speed and then back on the land and happened to use up, like, 30 feet of movement in the water, you would have 0 feet of land walking left. Mixing movement speeds in this edition is weird, but it's also, like, the first edition that allowed for that.
I'll just keep moving in a straight line.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. We'll just say that you flow around and through this tree.
Larmendis doesn't.
No, you're gonna have
Or
to,
might just wax his head.
You're just gonna have to move Laramendis, somewhat carefully through the trees.
You have to yeet
This is a
me,
good one. I like
over
this.
the tree.
I
That's what I
imagine
was gonna
this.
say, like, just throw him up over the tree and then catch him on the other side.
Ah, Kloosh. You're fine. Stop screaming. It's just me.
Being held upside down.
Alright. After Jebel, becomes Sentinel's turn. So, Sentinel. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And then for the fun. With an audience. So, Cyrus, and actually Vendar as well. You see the water just behind these guys bubble up and expand, almost like a water elemental is forming behind them. Here's what I'm looking for there. And then the armored and robed Tresnor appears, bursting forth from the water's surface and floating up. And Cyrus, you're a little closer, so you notice that he has these glowing green limbs, like arms and legs, protruding from his flowing robes. And he brings his right arm forward, and you see, like, it balls into a fist. And as he does so, you see this green and black energy almost seeming to stream out of the two injured Dragonborn as they splash through the Marsh's water. And they fall to their knees and lie prone, lie prostrate. I guess it is prone. Prone's on your front, supine's on your back, right?
I think so.
I think that's right. But they seem to fall forward together onto the ground, like mid run away, and become motionless. And you both hear the booming echo of this voice as it seems to vibrate the land around you. As Tresnor's deep baritone growls, "None shall possess the scale. Intruders will be dealt with extreme prejudice." So, Cyrus, it's your turn.
So, since I'm now even closer to running out of haste, I don't want to start a fight that I'm gonna leave myself exposed for here in a few seconds. So, I think I'm mostly just. I guess I'm not really aware that I hid poorly.
You are not. But
So then I guess I would just dodge, more or less. Be prepared if something does come my way.
Okay.
And, just kind of, well, I can't dodge the hasted action, so I can't, yeah, alright. Yep, that's it. I'm done.
As he finishes his declaration, as the two Dragonborn that were fleeing from the ice pillar, the frost pillar, fall to the ground, you see a blue and red glimmer in the morning sunlight that seems to be coming from within the hood, and you realize that he has turned and appears to be looking directly at you.
I wave.
Jesus.
Alright!
Nope.
That's his forces.
Well, I'm dead. I am very, very dead.
Nice.
If for some reason I am not, like, responding
Okay.
when you get to my next turn, feel free to just skip it, as I have no actions.
Oh, this was the last one. You're now stunned.
Yep. Well, not
Nice.
stunned.
Dazed
but
or
I cannot
whatever.
take actions.
Exhausted.
It just says, I don't think it even gives you a condition. I think it's just you can't take actions or reactions.
Yes. But it's the exhaustion of being hasted.
Indeed.
Alright then. Raiken. You did feel the wood beneath your feet rumble, and while you don't have a clear line of sight, you did, hear these words, or at least most of this message, rumble through the marsh around you, the water itself seeming to grow stiller, as though the very wildlife living within it has stopped moving.
Raiken's just gonna be like, son of a bitch. He's just gonna dash again, knowing that he needs to get to Cyrus.
Alright. Pick you up and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. How deep is that? Yeah, that's fine. 40, 45, 50. Down to this. 560.
I'm waiting for it to catch up.
Yeah, you still can't. There's too much growth between you and any of that action, so you still can't see it.
Alright, show me 30 feet again.
Okay. I will tell you that you can look in front of you and see that the water gets deep, so it may actually not be a bad idea.
I will misty step.
Okay. Oopsie.
I'll pick up my level 2 spot.
You poof yourself across the deeper water into a shallower area across the way, cutting some more of the distance you must cover to get to your brother.
Can I at least see Cyrus at this point?
Ba-bum-bum-bum. I mean, potentially. Let's find out. Boop. Boop. Kinda some branches in the way. What's your perception again?
11.
11, right. No. He is, in fact, hiding well enough to conceal himself from you, and so I'm gonna give him the benefit of this cover that is breaking some of your line of sight here.
Damn it, Cyrus pulling off his best Vendar.
It's a pale comparison.
It is. He rolled lower than your lowest.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
The lowest I can roll is 25.
Jesus Christ.
It pales in comparison, but Raiken's perception sucks, so right now it equals it.
Like, hey, Vendar, what's your passive hiding stat? Like, what? Your passive hiding stat?
That little 25.
Yep, that
Lowest
is,
I can roll.
You just
I'll be
contribute
right
things to conversations every now and then, and everybody jumps because they didn't know you were there.
And then they look around for me and I'm still not there, and I'm like, where the fuck did they go?
Alright. That was Raiken, which makes it Laramenda's turn. Alright, buddy.
I dodge.
No way!
How much of what was said could I have made out? I imagine I got that there was a
Because of the magical
voice.
nature of what he's doing, I will say that if you don't hear every word, you hear enough to get the gist.
Okay. So I will say, I think he might have caught up to whoever snuck around and took it. We should proceed with caution, so as not to rile his anger more. And dodge.
Alright. Start of... Jebel, do you have any response to this suggestion?
I don't think so. I'll just keep.
Keep my head down.
I spit a leaf out as I'm talking.
Yeah, bug. It wasn't a leaf, it was a stick bug. Alright. Round 8.
So, who had Cyrus going down in round 8?
I was 9. I figured I gave him the benefit of the doubt. You know, honestly, I shouldn't have.
I mean, honestly, that bet's looking better since round 8 he's going to be incapacitated, and if he remains unseen... Big if. Then he'll have round 9 to make that decision that gets him killed.
Well, not incapacitated. Because
Well,
that
just skip
condition
straight to death.
has other implications.
Fine, it cannot take actions or reactions.
Yeah. Because if he was incapacitated, he would lose concentration, and then his bag would explode in Angry Dragonborn, who would then fall, what, like 20 feet? Thus alerting the Demi-Lich to our presence.
Yeah, so I'm certain that he is completely unaware of your presence in
Definitely.
this village.
Completely.
You know that the orc that you've been dealing with is, watched you leave and then started charging past, heading in the same direction as the rest of your group.
Alright.
Did you make that wide L out there like that?
Yep.
Okay. You can see Jebel, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
And who's in front of Jebel in the distance? Who's the furthest I can see?
I mean, of your team, the one hopping right now is Vendar.
Vendar. I see Vendar, yeah.
And then, because you're... Whoopsie, wow, that was weird. Because you're flying... I would say that you are also aware of this token. I guess I'll just grab this thing. Here.
Oh, way out there. Okay.
Because you just see this other being, this other humanoid shape flying in the air. What's your passive perception?
10.
10. Amazing.
So I just see that figure in the air. That's
yeah,
awesome.
you just see a dark figure floating in the air. Ahead of you, looks like a humanoid.
Alright, that's it for me then.
Okay. After Yuki is Leah.
Yeah.
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 I would try another medicine on the other guy that is bleeding out.
Okay. Roll it.
Let's hope
DC is 10.
Let's hope the die is more friendly this time. Yeah. It's still a low roll, but it's about 10, I think.
It's above 10. That's what matters.
Yeah.
So you pull out some more
yeah,
bandages.
It's 13, so yeah, about
Okay.
10.
You pull out some more bandages and some clean water that you keep in a bottle, and you quickly douse a couple of the wounds to get some of the swamp gunk out of it before wrapping it. And this time you do notice that you manage to pull the bandage tight enough that it stops actively bleeding, and that the person, their breath, which was coming raggedly and quick and shallow, seems to like level out more like a person sleeping.
Okay. Is that the last one that looks like I can save?
I mean, I would say that maybe 2 more, but it's up to you if you want to deal with all of them.
Ooh, if it looks like that much more, I'm staying there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and you didn't give up on the first one. You just failed the first attempt. So you've now managed to stabilize the first one, is what I understood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just because you failed doesn't mean you have to give up on them. As long as you don't roll, like a 1 and be like, yeah, you actively made this worse. They died.
yeah, true. Yeah, and almost did though. The last roll was a 2.
Well, a 2 is not a 1.
Yeah.
Just tell me if it's a 1. I'm just gonna say, because I think it's supposed to be like, I think there is a way to make it worse, and I'm just trying to make it as forgiving as possible.
Yeah. I mean, technically by the rules, no, because there's no such thing as a fumble on skills, but as a DM, feel free to...
Well, so, I mean, I don't remember what the ruling in this edition is, but in previous editions, if you failed the DC, if you didn't get a 10, you actively made it worse.
Right.
DC was a 15 before, though, so, like, there was a high chance of killing people while trying to stabilize them. I could be remembering wrong, and that doesn't even exist in 5, so, Sam, if you can find it and let me know.
He shared the line earlier and didn't say anything about it.
Oh.
And so unless there's other things in the book, then...
I can go look if you want, as Sam is away for insulin, and I don't have a turn coming up.
It needs to be stabilized. You can use your action to administer first aid, which requires a DC wisdom check. Yeah. I mean, maybe in this edition it isn't possible to make it worse. I feel like...
Yeah.
I feel like trying to save somebody who is dying is something that you can make worse. I'm not a big fan of, like, fumbles on certain things, but I feel like medicine's pretty delicate.
Yeah, I mean, as a DM, you're free to make that decision and say, like, yeah, you fucked it up.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. I don't think anyone will be angry for that.
Yeah. I think just medicine for now, and just on 1s for now.
Yeah, I have a medicine of +7, so I literally has to roll a 3 or higher. So my last roll was the one roll that could fail but not make it worse, if ones make it worse.
Alright then. Then you stay here. You manage to stabilize one of them, and you... I don't know, perhaps... I don't want to tell you how your character feels, but if you're really trying to save these people, I imagine you feel some relief seeing their breathing steady out.
Yeah. Yeah, no... She don't know if they're actually gone evil or are confused or anything like that, and they were represented as friends last time she met, so she's conflicted. But right now she don't want to see them die on her watch.
Alrighty.
Especially considering she helped them falling in the first place by firing the Eldritch Blast at them.
Alright. After Leah, it is Vendar. Over here. There you are. Hello, Vendar. So
Yes.
you saw these guys, these Dragonborn, hobbling towards you away from the jagged-topped ice pillar. And then suddenly the water burst open behind them, and the silhouette of a humanoid rose into the sky and struck them down, and then declared that no one would take the scale. What do you do?
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
What does N do?
Now that water is going to be difficult to
Cut
recommend.
box. I didn't know there was a cut box, because I don't read things.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Oh, it looked like you... Yeah. Oh, okay. Nope. Sorry, nothing. I misinterpreted what happened. I thought your token got stuck and didn't actually move ahead.
Alright. And 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Target hit.
Alrighty. Can't roll hide yet, but I assume that's coming soon.
Yeah. How far away is he?
About 200 feet.
He's not showing up on my screen. Neither are the Dragonborn.
It could be that, I don't know, maybe there's a draw distance vision? You know anything, Cyrus?
Let me see where Vendar is at.
Do you see my measure line?
Yep, okay, I see Vendar. Yeah, it could be a draw distance thing, I suppose, because there's nothing to be blocking his view.
Yeah. If I highlight Vendar...
Let me... What's the stream see? The stream
I mean, I
see-
can see everything. That's interesting. Oh, how did that happen?
But I also have lost sight of even the armor, which I was able to see earlier.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like I was able to see the armor before I moved, and now I can't anymore.
That's very strange. I will try hiding him, then revealing him. Ooh. Oh?
No. Let me try getting some altitude on my end, as that won't actually move me.
Put this little blip around him.
Yep,
Whoops.
if I move
there you are.
If I moved up, I can see them, but if I move back down, I won't be able to see them, and so Vindar, I don't... Vindar, can you still see them?
Alright, when you moved up, I could see them. When you moved back
Okay.
down, I can't.
Yeah, so
it's
you are only
a
able to see them
distance
through
thing
my
for
eyes.
him.
It's a distance thing for him and a tree thing for me.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
If you want, I can just move my token higher in there if you want us to be able to see them.
Is there a way to
Sure.
increase that draw distance, I wonder?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that. They've just kind of like set a vision distance for player tokens, it seems.
At the moment, I don't think there's any options for the line of sight mechanics, which is annoying, but at least there's something.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely close enough for me to shoot at this point.
So I will just leave my token high flying, so you should be able to see.
They added a base color option under GM tools, so I can now change
Oh, yeah, I
people's
forgot about
base
that.
colors. That's neat. Okay, so yeah, he is out there, about 200 feet away. And you are capable of seeing him. You also note that while he was standing on the air, you know, with these, you can see that he has these greenish arms that seem to glow in the morning light. And he appeared to be looking to his left. You see the hood turn, and you see a red and blue glimmer in its depths, almost like blindingly reflecting into your eyes. you feel seen.
Okay.
Jebel! And just to make sure, did you want to do anything else, or is that it for you?
No, that was it. I used all my actions.
Okay. Actually, I will say one more thing for your turn. The Lord Squeakers II, upon the glimmer becoming visible to you, and feeling like you just caught a reflection of the sun that kind of burned itself into your eye, you're going to feel Lord Squeakers II scurry down from your hat onto your shoulder, and like grip into you, like onto your ear. And you're gonna hear some chittering that I want you to roll charisma.
Roll charisma.
A d20 plus charisma.
That's 12.
12. Okay, this one you feel there's considerably more emotion in as he's trying to communicate to you. You feel like perhaps that is making communication, or at least your understanding of him, more difficult. It doesn't seem as coherent as normal. The only verbalization that seems to have any form to you from the ferret is the word danger.
Yeah, I don't think Tresnor there is happy with this.
All right. Vendar, Jebel.
Moving.
Right. I will move you through the tree, which is got here. One. Trying to figure out. There we go. One. You're up here. So, and 2. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. 30. There's some water that you can air. 35, 40. 50. There. 50. And then that's 180 minus 50. 30. Right? It's 90 base water speed.
Yep.
Okay. So 125, 120, 150, 110, 105, 100, 95. 90. 85. 80. 75. 70. 65. 60. 5. 50. 5, 40, 5, 30, 25, 20, 15, and 5, 0 is the maximum you can move. Do you want to get that close? Charging toward this thing. And just be aware that you could be, like, out to the side as well, like anywhere from, like, here to here. You could be anywhere along this
He's
line.
the floating thing in front of me, is he?
Yeah, I had you just charge straight toward him, but I will remind you that Laramendis had recommended moving with caution.
Right.
But this is the farthest you can get by water walking, water striding. And then I would say that, you know, because diagonals don't count for anything in the way we count squares, you could be anywhere to one of these ends of this line.
That's Cyrus floating above the tree, is it?
Yeah, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 19.
Okay, yeah, you do. He's not that high in reality. He's, like, among the branches. But you do actually manage to see him, like, spying on this creature from there.
I'd move to be closer to Cyrus.
Okay.
It's not just me. Not on my own, like an idiot.
Put you over here. Grab Laramendis. He goes with you. Oof. Okay. Which makes it the Sentinel's turn. Let's start with this guy. Going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, 40. Wow, that's not right. Under the tree, buddy. 50, 55, 60. Just hoofing it through the mud. Like swings himself under the branch of that tree. Continues running. Oop. This guy. Going to move forward. Lower himself. Form an action. And then rise again. And you're going to all hear again as the very water vibrates with the sound of his voice. The leaves, some seem to shake free as his voice booms out. As he says, "You, we have allowed to stay. Stand down, or be destroyed like the rest." Cyrus.
Cyrus, what will you not do on your turn?
Oh yeah, it's not Cyrus' turn.
Right,
Cyrus
I was
is.
muted, so yeah.
You
I don't have a turn. Basically.
Immediately hit with just a wave of exhaustion. Goodness. You're flying by the power of wings, but it only says you cannot take actions or reactions, right?
Yeah, it says I cannot. It says that I cannot move or take actions. It actually
Okay.
doesn't say anything about reactions.
Right, well. I think it should directly state it. The fact that it doesn't is frustrating, but I also don't think you should be able to take reactions. I think that the fact that it doesn't state it directly is a missed.
Regardless, it won't matter for this case. We can discuss it later.
Indeed.
If you want.
So, you can't move, but there's no reason for you to, like, fall, it seems. So yeah, you are hit with this wave of exhaustion after the effect of the potion wears off, and you find that all of your limbs are leaden heavy, and your mind is sluggish, trying to keep up with what's going on. After Cyrus becomes Tatsuya's forces, of which there aren't any to speak of. It becomes Raiken's turn, who is here.
I am there.
Yes, you win there. We're just ordered to stand down by the trees around you, basically, since you can't see the speaker.
Piss off, trees.
What shall you do?
I am going to move. So I'm going to keep moving in the general direction.
20. Five. 30. You become aware that you're heading to a drop-off again. You're at the end of a single move, so you haven't double moved yet, but if you double move and just walk, your next one will cost 10 instead of 5. But you can see Jebel now.
I can.
You see the flowing water elemental with Laramendus' limbs occasionally poking out of it.
His head counts as a limb.
Head pokes out and gasps for air before disappearing again.
There's like a bubble inside of him, giving air in a layer. Or is he just like desperately poking his head out every now and then, holding his breath?
Rule of funny. So, what would you like to do? Jump into the water and continue slow? Get another spell slot to Misty Step again?
No, I'm going to save my last spell slots because they're important.
Okay.
I'm going to double move.
Okay. 10, 20, 30. As you begin heading across, taking cover, heading toward the water elemental. Arbendus! Is he back yet? What time is it?
I am.
He should be back. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a number that is likely greater than 10. It is a 15.
Okay. You are aware that after your advice to approach with caution, Jebel did move his watery form forward, find a vein of enough water that he could start gliding forward at great speed, and then veered off to seek the cover of trees. But you know that you are much closer to the being that speaks with Tresnor's voice and shouts very threateningly. You are also aware that as you approached, you caught sight of Cyrus hiding among the tree branches here, though his golden wings are a bit difficult to conceal from you.
Okay. Did I see Tresnor fly down and then fly back up?
Yep.
Like, at the body? Okay. Given that he went to the bodies, I'm going to assume that if they were the ones that had the scale, he is now in possession of it, which means it's safe, and I don't think that we should take any hostile actions towards him or provoke him in any way, since we want the scales safe.
Okay.
And I dodge.
Do you convey these head thoughts to your...
Oh, I say that to Jebel.
Okay.
I'm
Just wanna
not.
make sure
I'm
that
not gonna. I'm not gonna like shout it. So
No.
if I can say it like at a reasonable volume,
You
enough
are
that
in
Raiken
among
can
his
hear
water.
it.
You are confident that even if you were to whisper it, he would hear you.
I mean for Raiken's sake.
Oh, yeah. As he has splashed
yeah.
much closer to you.
Okay, so I say that enough that I mean Cyrus might also be able to hear me.
It
Given
is
that he's about the
possible.
same distance.
He's, yeah, he's,
What about me?
I'm not gonna
pretty
shout
far.
though.
I'm pretty far away, but you know me.
with those
A
ridiculous...
mouse farted 3
With my-
miles
with
from
my-
you and you knew.
With my
So
27 passive.
Just understand that having a high passive doesn't make the impossible possible. It just means that that it is possible for you to have heard something, you pretty much are guaranteed to have done so.
That's why I asked.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you were declaring. I'm like, given the way he's facing away, the fact that he's trying not to have the words overheard, I would say that you are aware that he is speaking. You are aware that whatever he is saying, he is trying to keep Tresnor from hearing. So, whatever it is, it's important and probably about Tresnor.
Okay.
and I dodge.
And you feel in the pit of your gut, again, that desire, that wish that you had telepathic bond.
Yep.
It is a beautiful spell, and
Yeah, it's,
I don't like having no spell slots. It's uncomfortable.
yeah, this has been an odd few days, an odd few sessions with no fucking abilities.
I mean, Laramendus is exhausted at this
All
point.
of you are exhausted. You were up all night.
Yeah. It's been a long time since he's been this, like, stayed up that long, and also
How much-
with that few spell slots left.
What all have we done since the last rest?
Since the last rest, you struck out into the caverns of the Underdark, being led by your drow guides, fought another patrol of drow, convinced one to lead you to a secret passage to the city of Onyx. He did so, said goodbye to your drow guides, saw the Abishai bullying the shit out of Rowan, teleported in, fought the Abishai, lost Rowan to them, claimed the sword. Having defeated the Abishai, you stopped the dragon that was attacking the city. The dragon came over, and with Doral's help, negotiated a ride here, which took 12 hours. So you flew in a very exhaustive manner, because this dragon was not making it easy on you, for 12 hours to get here, got dumped off, ran into this village, spoke to Ethendwyl for like 5 minutes, ran away from him for like 15 minutes, and then spent the next 10 minutes after that convincing him of your good intentions, and then you spent like 2 hours talking to Tresnor. You spent the next hour-ish, maybe a little less, sitting in prison, basically, before you realized the fight was happening without you. You got released by Gavaris, who tried to convince you to leave the village the safe way. You said, no, fuck that, and you went to the battle, and now here we are.
So what I'm hearing, though, is that Magnificent Mansion is going to be wonderful the next time Laramendus can cast it.
Yeah, your feet hurt, man. It's gonna feel so good. So, you are aware that some kind of planning is happening over here. You don't know the details, but you know that it's important.
Okay.
So you can choose to... Maybe that means you want to move closer. Maybe you assume that they're going to attack, but you don't know what was said. So that's the information you have versus the information you might want. And after Lair, we take it to the next round. Round 9.
This is the one where Cyrus needs to die.
Yes, I'll try and make
Otherwise,
sure it
I lose
happens.
$3.
I lost $3 to you once. It seems only fair. Yukikaze is back here. There you are, Yukikaze. You know of the declaration that was made. You saw the creature, the humanoid figure, lower itself to the dragonborn that fell below it, and then rise back into the air. And then you managed to see your water elemental skate off on the surface of the water out of your line of sight. You also noticed Raiken up ahead of you break from the tree line and splash into the water up there. If you're talking, you're muted.
I was trying to locate.
You're here.
Thanks. Alright.
Little splash so I can stick in the bath.
Alright, as far as I can move, that's it.
Okay. Got
That's my
nothing
turn.
to say?
Nope.
Okay.
These guys are fucking fast, is what I gotta say.
Well, yeah. The water elemental can move 180 if it dashes on the water surface, and Vendar can move 90 if he's putting his mind to it. And Raiken had teleported way ahead of you at the beginning, but he's currently slower than you. Alright, so, nothing to say, nothing to do. Which brings us to Leah. You see another 2 people that you can try to help. And it seems that the Platinum Sentinels that had caused the injury here have begun to move back toward the village, deciding that this fight is over.
Yeah, I got a 17.
Okay. You pull out some more bandages. You find you're running low, as you hadn't taken too much with you, but you did ask to keep some. You have enough for at least one more person, though. And any bomb that you had taken from the Temple of the Raven Queen that was used as an antiseptic, you apply this as well. As soon as you get good pressure on these wounds, again, you see that they stop, the bandages begin to stain, but they are no longer openly flowing blood, and the person seems to stabilize their breathing. Actually, I think there was... Oh yeah, okay. Man, I'm forgetting to do something. That's fine. That's fine. Takes an extra round, that's fine. Extra 3 rounds, that's fine too. After Leah... Oh, did you have anything else that you wanted to say or do? No. Okay. So you're just prepared to move on to the next one. Vendar!
Okay.
Just totally in a weird spot right now. I apologize. Like, that person has a bow. It's not the right person. Alright, so, you know that some planning is being done over there. You know that they're talking, but you can't hear the details of it just because of great distance.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Just remember that this is... Oh, no, okay. Yeah, never mind. I'm wrong. I was going to say that this was deep water, but it's not. Go ahead.
31, 32, 30.
I'm sorry, I messed up your counting.
Supposed to be 45. 50. 55. 60.
Okay, yeah, I agree. That seems to be correct. You are now
Okay.
close enough to easily converse with your friends.
Okay, what? That thing looks nasty. Squeakers is not happy about it. What do we want to do?
I believe that Tresnor has the scale and it will be safe, and that's the goal, was to prevent it from being taken away from here by enemies, and so we should not take any hostile actions.
Can I speak in my current state? I know the spell doesn't say anything about it, but I'm not sure if you're doing something.
The spell, the haste specifies that exhaustion and everything lasts until the end of your next turn, and your turn was technically over. I think that's why it doesn't say anything about reactions.
Then presuming I can speak, I'd say the scale's safe and we have Tatsuya. I think we should just leave. Well, find Leah and leave. And Yukikaze, for that matter.
Normally, I'd say maybe we should fight, but given our state of exhaustion, I think that maybe you're right. Gil should be safe, at least for now. And I don't want to fight that thing. At least not while we're all exhausted with no spells.
And in case anyone has forgotten, he did order you to stand down, so that's a different option available to you. Besides. Alright. Anything further you want to do on your turn, Vendar? Shoot Cyrus and make him lose concentration. Gotta die this round, so.
I could do that.
It would certainly be a surprise attack.
How much do I? What's my cut if I do it?
Well, I'm gonna make $3, so
Sounds,
split it with you. Have it 50-50, you know?
$1.50
My odds aren't looking good.
on.
Who knew? Cyrus is worth more than $1.50. Alright, if that's the end of your turn.
I'm debating whether to try to get across to the other island, but all the deep water is making. I don't think I can make it.
You mean just like over, yeah, here?
Yeah, like I don't
Let's
know.
see.
That
Pull this
dead
up.
tree that's like just across from me.
Okay, so that would be like a 5, 15, 25, 35. You'd need 40 feet of movement to get there.
Yeah, and I don't have that, so
Went this way, it would be like 5, 10, 20, 10, 10,
you know,
20,
what I'll do.
30 to
I'll,
make it over here.
I won't move anymore. I'll put my gun back into the bag.
Okay. I believe it's reloaded.
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember if you've been moving 90 the whole way or not.
I think I reloaded after I shot it.
Okay. I mean, it's believable enough.
I normally do.
And if you're going to avoid staying in combat, it becomes somewhat moot. Alright, so after Vendar is Jebel. Water Elemental Jebel. People have talked about running away.
I'm just going to turn to Larmendis and say, what's the plan now?
Here's how you turn to me.
He curls in upon himself.
Just there's now a bubble, and the bubble has a face inward.
Imagining
Like,
just like the ocean in Moana. He's just a bloop of water.
I was going to say, it's like the thing in the Abyss.
Yeah, there you go.
You asked what the plan was, right?
Yes.
Okay. Whether we stand down and go with him and then hopefully can go on our way safely from that, or just attempt to flee, which seems dangerous, I don't think that we should fight him. And I feel like I've probably done a lot of talking this round.
Yep. What will you do, Jebel? Surrender or flee?
Do we just wait here?
You could.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait here, so I'm dodging.
Okay.
But like dodging completely against my dodging, so I'm now stationary.
Goodness
Every
gracious.
time you try to move, the water moves the exact opposite way. It just looks like you're not moving at all.
Very unsettling. Mostly for me.
No, it was. Alright. That. He drifts forward through the air, like just sort of straight, like appears to be looking straight ahead, with his arms out to his sides and these green glowing feet dangling below his robes. As he says to no one in particular, "Stand down, and we can discuss concluding our agreement." Cyrus. Oh, wait, hold on. Forgot to move this dude. 1, 2, 5, 2. Now, Cyrus.
Alright, I'm gonna move onto the ground over here. If it'll let me. And put away my sword. That's my cast implement.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep like one eye on. I can't remember his name.
Resnor?
Tresnor. Keeping one eye on Tresnor and another eye on the group, trying to figure out what the plan is here.
Anything to say?
Not that I can think of. I already
Okay.
mentioned that I felt we should leave, so I think I'm good.
Oof. All the way over here. All the way over here. No, what happened? Why does it let go of things? Oof. Two Dragonborn in the colors of the Arcosian military appear in mid-air and drop to the ground beside you. And hold up magic implements before them. And say, one of them says in a masculine voice, "You will return our captain. We will slay you."
And so these guys just, like, appeared?
Yep.
I think you have bigger problems at the moment. I say, kind of gesturing towards Tresnor.
As you raise your arm to gesture, one of them attacks you.
Like, I don't, like, I just point, like, I just tilt
I
my
know,
hand.
but that is an attack. They attack you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Not terrible. What is my bonus? Don't think it's very good. I was right. My bonus is pretty bad. Okay, that's a 12.
12, okay. You feel an inexorable compulsion to give them the snail on your next turn.
Okay.
You know that this is the right thing to do.
Okay.
And Raiken, you're here.
Right there.
You know that
Deep water.
You know you're in deep water. You know that Tresnor has gotten closer, and you saw two people in the garments of the Arcosian military appear next to Cyrus and begin not quietly demanding his compliance. You recognize one of them.
Only one.
Well, there is a male and a female dragonborn that just appeared, and the male you recognize as a person who had been serving as Tatsuya's second before his group, his squad, departed Arcosia, and who seemed to still be filling that role when you met with him again in the desert.
Okay.
I'm pulling up his name, because you do know it. You know that this is a dragonborn who goes by Amuro Shoya.
Roach. Okay. What's the difference? What's the distance between me and Cyrus?
If I measure it in squares, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet. Not counting difficult terrain.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use it. I'm gonna have to use Mystic Step.
Okay. If you Misty Step here, that will be exactly 30 feet of Misty Step, and then you can still move full move without having to worry about difficult terrain.
Yep, I will I will go there. That's what I want to do.
Another Dragonborn appears out of thin air next to you, Cyrus. This is becoming a theme of your life.
What can I say? I'm popular.
You are now.
And I am going to use Cleansing Touch and touch.
Why are you using Cleansing Touch?
I guess. Well, I'm assuming that. I mean, how loud? Because you said that they spoke pretty loudly.
Yeah, they were shouting that he needs to give back their commander. But, like, that seems pretty normal. Do you have some way of knowing that they did something to him with their voices?
The only thing I would go off of is that Raiken has command, so...
Casting a spell is an obvious action.
Yeah.
Unless they are subtle casting it.
Sure, but the effect of a verbal mental enchantment is not obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Like command, you don't know if it's worked until they do it. Or don't, on their next turn.
Very well.
I mean, I feel like if you think that Raiken is confident that they have successfully altered your friend's mind, you should cast your spell. But if there is...
I mean, it's not a spell.
Sorry,
but,
use your class feature. But if there's any reason to doubt that, like, Raiken would know to do that, I would recommend you act on that.
What's the Dragonborn's name again?
Amuro Shoya.
Alright, then...
You're gonna show me what?
We'll,
Ashu.
just say, Amuro, you need to stand down. We are in the process of trying to do something with Tatsuya.
You see that he glares in your direction and hisses, "How can you betray your own blood this way?"
Not betrayal. It's saving.
Do you feel like Raiken has reason to believe that they have succeeded on their spell and would cast your ability?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything.
I am asking genuinely.
No. I mean, the only thing would be if Raiken knew that he had that, which I cannot confidently say that he would.
Okay. As Sam said, it would be obvious that they had attempted to cast a spell. But as I say, because it was an enchantment spell, it would not be obvious that it succeeded.
Well, I'm going off the fact that because it's just verbal, it's not obvious that it's a spell.
Would you care to roll Arcana to see if perhaps Raiken can indeed figure it out?
A 16
is pretty good. Okay. I would say that there is a strong possibility that they are attempting to affect his mind, and Raiken is aware of that.
Then, if that is the case, then I would use it.
Okay. Very well. What is the effect of Cleansing Touch?
With an action, I can end one spell on myself or a willing creature that I touch up to 3 times
Damn.
for long rest.
That willing creature thing becomes weird. I guess I'm gonna leave it alone for now. But it would beg the question: would he be willing if he's already been convinced that he's willing to do something else?
I mean, I'm willing to give them Tatsuya, but I don't think that prevents me from being willing to show something else. If they had made me turn on my enemy, turn on my allies, then I might not be willing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not directly contrary to them.
I mean, it kind of is directly contrary to them. Giving up the thing you came to take.
I suppose. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Do as you wish.
Alright. You end this effect. You no longer feel compelled to give them the Tatsuya snail. You are aware that they compelled you to give them the Tatsuya snail, and that you were going to comply.
Alright.
Anything else, Raiken?
No.
Okay. Lair. A lot of shit just happened over there.
That's true. A lot of stuff happened over there.
20 feet away.
Yeah, too close for comfort. I feel like casting any spell is, in the moment that it's cast, a very uncertain thing as to, how hostile the action would be towards Tresnor.
Mm-hmm.
So, in that light, I'm going to take the surprising action and dodge.
Well, defying all odds, Cyrus, you have survived round 9. Sorry. Sam, you have to pay somebody $3.
I
don't even know who.
I don't know who. I also don't care who.
I just told you who. I win the bet. Come on, cough it up.
I'm the one who apparently created the bet, so I guess I get it, because the house wins.
Oh, I see. Alright. Yukikaze. Wars are won and lost in the time that it takes you to fly to see them.
No fucking idea that's happening.
Something's definitely going on up there.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
You actually are not clueless, because all of the Dragonborn teleporting happened directly in your line of sight.
Okay. So I seen that happen. Okay.
Yeah, you did see it happen. You know that some magic was being done, but and you know it was happening to or around Cyrus. But that's kind of all you know.
I am moving here, assessing the situation, and then ending my turn.
Okay. The assessment of the situation is that there's some survivors of Tatsuya's squad after all. Here they are. Lair is still hanging out within the swirling waters of the Jebel Elemental. Vendar is putting away his thunder gun.
Okay. See Cyrus in between all the dragon.
You can see that Cyrus is no longer flying, that he is standing on the ground. And you can see that Tresnor continues to approach, shouting for people to throw down their arms and surrender, basically. I believe he
Okay.
just said,
Stand down.
stand down, is what he said.
Okay.
Alrighty. And the only person further from the action than Yukikaze is Leah. You have one person left that you feel like you can save.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try that.
Alrighty.
Get-
Yeah,
wait
I
till-
got a 17 on the die, so
Nice. Okay. You manage to, once again, feel like you have prevented this life from slipping further away. Have stabilized the 3 soldiers that seemed like they could be saved. And you may move if you wish to, or you may stay.
yeah. Hold on, I have so many apps open. Yeah, I'm gonna try to move. Well, towards the city, I guess.
Okay.
So that's 10.
Yep.
11. At 15. I don't know why I said it.
25. 35.
No, but I can't do that. So that's
25.
that's the farthest I can get.
Okay.
I cannot double move since I used
The
the
heal,
health
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Alright, well. It's gonna be a different world when you catch up.
Mm.
But that's fine, because that world will have 3 more lives in it than it otherwise would have.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Leah doesn't know that Tresnor is currently trying to, like, kill all of them.
No, you're really not very aware of that. Like, I think as far as as you are, you're just sort of aware that there's some kind of power rumbling through the earth itself, but you're not clear on what that is.
Yeah.
Can't wait until Raiken is finally like, where the hell's Leah? What did you guys do with her?
Who? So
Yeah.
Vendor,
Know where she is.
you have put away the thunder gun. Tresnor continues to approach the party, though he doesn't seem to be looking directly at you anymore. Something happened with the Dragonborn over there. They were loud, so you know exactly what happened with the Dragonborn over there.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to that tree that I was going to go to.
Okay.
5, 15, 25, 35,
40.
40, 45, 50. I'm gonna roll hide. I got 26, just one higher than my minimum.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then I'm gonna check on Squeakers and see if I can figure out what exactly he's trying to tell me.
Alright. Roll some charisma again.
That's a 19.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. With a 19, you were able to pluck Squeakers from your shoulder and kind of cuddle him and try and calm him and attempt to communicate, asking, what I didn't understand. And, as he calms and you are able to focus better on him as you're no longer distracted with this plan that Lair seemed to be trying to formulate, he's able to communicate in this unique way that is not really speaking, that the monster approaches, and if you cannot avoid violence, might die. It's dangerous.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to not fight him. Seems like our goals are currently not against each other, so.
Uyghur's is like, most of his body is like balled up in your cupped hands, and he's just sort of like, his upper torso is just like climbed up. He's like got both his paws wrapped around one of your thumbs. And he's just sort of like staring into your eyes with his, he's got just big black and brown puppy dog eyes, like he's pleadingly saying, stick with that plan.
We will be safe.
Joel!
Yeah. I'm curious about what's going on here around Cyrus, so I'm gonna pop over to them.
What they say about curiosity.
It is the best.
So, where did you want to move to?
Towards Cyrus.
Toward Cyrus, okay. 5 and 20 will get you right up on top of what's going on over here. Is that how close you want to be, or?
Yes.
Okay. So
Like,
you're
pile of
gonna
water
come
comes
over
over.
somewhat menacingly.
It's like, what's going on here?
Laramendus, you find yourself now in the altercation between the Dragonborn and Cyrus with his dragon
It's
wings.
not my ideal situation.
What would you like to say, Mr. Elemental?
I am going to say in halfling, do you need a hand?
You speak halfling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Joel's been able to speak halfling since I made him.
Yep.
Never come up.
It just never came up.
I never knew that because, like, I just don't like. And Cyrus comes across as surprised because, at least in the book, it says that the halfling language, well, it's not secret. It's not widely spread.
She's just like gawking at him for a moment, processing what you just heard before you're able to formulate yourself and respond in the affirmative, is what I heard.
Yes.
Alright, Jebel, you moved 20 feet to get here. What do you want to do?
Okay, what do I want to do? Do I have enough time left to say anything else?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to turn. Who else is that? How many of these are Oh no, that's a tree.
There were 2 hostile dragonborn.
Giant grassy.
Oh, that's Raiken. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Raiken
Yeah.
is the one with the green armor.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Green armor, that looks blue.
Yeah, I'm just going to look to the other 2 Dragonborn who are not Raiken and just be like, you should stand down. Oh, they did.
Oh, sorry. There was a very, like, outward, aggressively feminine looking token, and I felt weird making it into a unique character as a male, so I chose a male one instead. Sorry. So you... Wow. My brain is all over the place.
Name him to rename. Rename.
Renabe! Oh my god, I apologize. So, you tell them in common, you
Common.
said? In common.
Come on.
I recommend that you stand down, is what you said, yes?
Yes.
Okay. They definitely kind of raise their weapons defensively as you come over. They seem very much intimidated by your size and appearance. And you say this, and their faces harden, though their bodies they don't move to attack or seem like they're coiling to. You almost see like a little bit of slack in their shoulders, just a little. Okay, and you say that. Do you want to move or do anything else?
I'm going to dodge just in case they don't stand down.
Okay.
Pick up Cyrus and walk away. It's forced movement. The two of us can't be attacked.
It is! Oh, I was like, if I pick them up, they'll just get an opportunity. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, if you pick him up and leave, they'll only be able to opportunity you if they decide to attack.
I'm going to stay where I am. I'm
Okay.
going to dodge.
Okay. Very well. Here comes Sentinel's turn, so let's move this Sentinel first, so I don't forget again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 6.
Yukikaze is a travel buddy.
Yeah, it kinda does. Rising higher into the air, looking down now upon you, and you can clearly see as you look up into the depths of the hood floating over you that the armor is hollow except for this pale green light that seems to fill it, though transparently, as a humanoid body might. And the dark hood wrapped around his head, you can see, is now filled with a brilliant purple light. And his voice booms, and he says, "You are defeated. Surrender your weapons." And then it becomes Cyrus' turn.
Do they look like they pay any heed to Tresnor's words?
Well, they weren't before, but now that he's floating 25 feet above them and booming his voice down upon them, they do seem like they have noticed and are not happy.
Then, in case they do decide to surrender, I'm just gonna disengage.
Okay.
And I'll be over here now.
Unfortunate decision.
Sentinel again.
No. So, as you begin moving away from him, the floating armor with its pale legs seems to pull into itself and let out a blood-curdling howl as he shrieks, "Retreat is no longer an option!" Everyone here that is not Leah or Yukikaze or this dude, because you are all in range, must make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, at least most of the party is next to me.
How do you feel about the Arcosian soldiers, Raiken?
I would still feel on their side.
So they get the benefit of your thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I assume I'm in this too.
Very much so.
Is it a
That's a 19 on
spell?
die.
It is not a spell. It
Okay.
is one of his actions.
I'm just asking for if I could have advantage.
Okay, no, it is not a spell.
Mulligan it is.
But it was a con save.
It is a con save.
I got a 21.
You got an 11.
An 11. Cyrus, what'd you get?
30.
Okay. And the water elemental, what'd you get?
Okay. What's this for?
A con save?
Oh, I forgot Raiken was beside me.
Okay, add 3 to whatever you rolled.
Okay. Actually, what's my con as a water elemental? 18 instead of 13.
The number?
Plus 4. 10.
10. Nice. Raiken, you said you mulliganed. What's your new number?
20.
20. Okay.
Just worried I wasted it.
What'd you get before?
I had a 10 before, but
That's not a
I'm
waste.
just I'm more worried that I wasted it depending on what would happen if I failed.
Okay, so everybody who got 15 or above, you are frozen in place with fear.
15 or above.
15 or above,
Except for
or
Raiken.
rather 16 or above, yes, you are no longer able to move. I'm doing a modification of frightened here because it does not make sense that he would want you to run away.
Okay, so because it's slightly different than frightened, then Raiken's not immune to it.
It is still the frightened effect, like, you're still going to have, like, the disadvantage to attacking and stuff, so you would be immune to that.
Okay.
So it's also friendly creatures within 10 feet of Raiken?
You are immune to fear effects, yes.
Yeah.
True. However, failing is not a fear effect. Succeeding gets you a fear effect.
Yeah.
To the people who
No,
succeeded...
I think that there are other successes within 10 feet of him.
Yes, there are. Only Sam and one of my NPCs failed.
I think Jebel failed too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
Jebel
get 10.
failed. Okay.
That's a Constitution save.
Constitution save. Which you
Bastard.
got a +3 on, and you told me that you got a 12 or something.
10.
10, yeah.
No, it's just that if it had been like any of the mental statistics, I would have got advantage.
I see. Gotcha. Nope, Constitution save. So, Sam and Jebel's elemental form, you both dropped to 0 hit points.
Okay.
Right, glad I rolled good.
It does not say anything other than dropping to 0 hit points, so you are just in death saving throws. You know, just. Everybody else would be frightened, except for the Paladin's aura, which affects everybody except Vendar. So, you are not frightened of this creature if you are within 10 feet of Raiken, but you do know that he is not tolerating people leaving.
He's pissed.
Vendar, this creature is supernaturally terrifying to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cower better as best as I can under the tree and hold Squeakers.
Yeah.
and just kind of
Squeakers holds you.
Jimmy.
Squeakers
curl up
holds
and
you.
look at Jimmy.
Squeakers holds you too.
But
Like, he can't see me. It's alright. He can't see me. He doesn't know I'm here.
Totally. Alright, so that is the result of you leaving. And you are aware, Cyrus, that this is because you moved.
I understand that. I'm kind of confused as to why, because he had previously referred to us, but then his last statement was, like, you're defeated, which admittedly was nebulous, but we were never fighting him, so...
Your logic is meaningless right now. He attacked. That's all that matters. And your friends are dying.
I'm a gnome.
So, yes, you are now a gnome. Gibble. No. Right here. No. I don't wanna roll. Go away. There should be a way to not have to do that. Poof. You are a gnome again. And, Laramentis is, dying in the water beside you.
Drowning.
Maybe a little.
Laramentis is face down in the swamp.
So, Tatsu's forces. The remaining Dragonborn, the woman whose name you do not know, she is going to toss, she's going to look up at the creature floating above, hold up the weapons and throw them to the sides, before running across, to tend to, Shoya, and he does not appear to attack again. Okay. She actually manages to stabilize Shoya. What?
So 2 reactions would be unfortunate.
I mean, there would be a reason for it. Double check this.
These are usually at the end of a turn.
Okay. Yeah. I think that is all it cares to do for now. Meaning it is now Raiken's turn.
Raiken will cautiously put his axe away.
You notice as you do this that the creature is eyeing you with a purple gaze.
And show his hands empty, other than his shield on his arm.
Sure.
Oh,
he
wait.
does not make any move to attack so far.
I have a quick question.
What?
What happened to the snail?
It's in another dimension. It's not part of this right now.
Ah, I was wondering.
So, go ahead, Raiken. You have shown your hands and he has not attacked you, but he is clearly watching you.
Raiken will lean down.
Uh-huh.
And touch Laramentis.
Yep.
Stowing your axe is an action?
It is.
Stowing the axe isn't an action.
Oh, can you stow as part of an action?
Yeah, you can draw one weapon or stow one weapon as part of an action.
Okay.
And give him 1 hit point.
You give him 1 hit point. Laramentis, you regain consciousness. You are underwater.
There's a lot of flailing, I guess. You're not seeing Laramendus at his best.
you
And
can like reach in and like pull him up so that he's capable of breathing out.
Okay. He will do that. Like we'll pull him up out of the water, and then just basically just keep his other hand just up in the air and empty. And,
Okay.
That's his turn.
Okay, nothing bad seems to happen. He is watching you like a hawk. You feel this intense, glowing purple gaze falling upon you from on high. Laramendus, you have 1 hit point. You are lying in the water, being, held up like with an arm behind your back by Raiken, who is kneeling beside you.
I think I am. Is it shallow enough where I am that I can like sit up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna sit up.
Okay.
And as an action, get my breath. I'm not standing. I'm not like my hands are down, and I'm just trying to like not be drowning anymore. It's an interesting situation going from the.
All right. As nobody takes any further hostile actions this round, the creature floating above you that you can now see is grasping this glass-like orb that is glinting in the sun in one of its hands. In one of its hands that appears to be made of energy, says in a low and menacing voice, "When the rest arrive, we will discuss the terms of your surrender." And, I think that's a good note to end it on.
Cliffhanger.
Always. Every session is a cliffhanger.
But some are steeper than others.
Some are higher than others. So, what I want to know right now, Yukikaze, do you believe from what you've seen, and you have heard these voices, you saw the elemental sploosh and turn back into Jebel, and you saw Laramendus fall, needing to be healed by Raiken when the creature was angered. So, I want to know ahead of time now if you are moving into this as a combat situation where you will intend to fight, or if you believe, judging by the fact that you have seen people throw down weapons already, and you see Raiken, of all people, holding a hand aloft in surrender. Are you going to move into this as a combat situation, or do you wish to move over, outside of initiative rounds when we begin the next session?
I am gonna move in with not the intent of fighting, but in the intent if there is more actions taken on the party to where their lives are threatened to not engage.
Okay. So, what I'm taking from that is that when we begin next session,
I will be approaching, but not directly gonna start attacking.
Okay.
But yes, I will be in initiative.
You wish to stay in initiative.
Yes.
Okay. Then, that's...
Well, I'm not the one holding us.
As near as I can tell, I think you are.
Oh, if okay.
Because I will suspend initiative so that we can move through the beginning of the next session in a more cinematic manner and let people talk.
That's fine. I thought it was going to stay in initiative and give me the option to leave. No.
Oh, no.
If it's going to be us dialoguing, then yes. We do.
Does anybody have any dispute with that? Does anybody feel like they will want their character to do something combat related when we start next?
No.
Cyrus?
I think that's
No, since like I don't intend to attack, and I'm not intending on running.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if I can start a session outside of initiative or if I need to start it in initiative.
Oh, thinking you started an initiative, but
Okay.
I guess we'll see.
I think for now I shall suspend initiative so that we can start the next round, the next session with some intrigue. So, thank you for coming and joining us for this very interesting session. We'll see you next time. Same Raiken time, same Raiken channel.
Bye.